Good evening, Cancer. Welcome to Spirit and I Incorporated. It's an absolute pleasure to have you with me this evening. I am recording this on the late afternoon of April 6th, 2022, and I apologize for being out of the loop here for a few weeks. Some heavy energies going on, and just have been a little bit unsettled with what's going on in the world, and it didn't affect me very well with the unrest going on in the European continent. But that being said, I am back. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I am going to be doing an integration of the full moon that we had in Virgo on March 18th, along with this new moon that we just had in Aries on April 1st. And I did want to commence this forecast with some of the planetary astrological energies, Cancer. So for you back in late March, and those energies are actually still playing out at this time, because full moon energies and new moon energies, they typically last for 6 to 8 weeks. And therefore, there is this integration in this forecast. So this being said, that full moon that we had in Virgo on March 18th at 27 degrees for you, Cancer, fell in your third house of communication, which has to do with writing and teaching and also your siblings. It was forming an opposition to your ninth house of higher learning and spiritual philosophy, and for some, even some long distance travel. Could have been at play for some of you Cancerians out there, but it appears as though for those of you that are resonating with this forecast, you've been truly delving into your faith and allowing yourself to feel a new perspective with respect to your faith, also integrating some higher learning in spiritual philosophy. Could also have to do with writing, but you're certainly educating yourself within your belief system, and also, looking into other belief systems for some of you Cancerians, for those of you that this is resonating thus far. So it's an excellent time to nourish yourself, Cancer, to nourish your soul, and if able, take a trip if you're able to do so. Physically, take a vacation if that's possible, and if that's not available to you, you can certainly do some traveling virtually as well. It would be very beneficial, as it is highly energetic in shifting your energies into a spiritual realm that will be very loving and nurturing for you. And so that's what the energies for the full moon in Virgo on March 18th were suggesting for you Cancerians out there. Now, moving forward, we just had the new moon in Aries, April 1st. And for you, Cancer, that fell in your 10th house of career and business. So it appears as though for some of you Cancerians, there may have been some new beginnings with work and or career. Perhaps for some of you, even a change of employment for those of you that are still, within the workforce and or involved in a career endeavor. If you are making a change, you certainly will have the support of Mars. Mars rules Aries, and for you, that planet is falling in your 8th house, which has to do with transformation. So there is certainly, when it's used in its higher octave of faith, faith is very beneficial, but it's dead when it's not put into action. So Mars in your 8th house in its higher elevation is helping you to take faith-driven action with this new moon, Cancer. And it certainly is a time to perhaps set some new intentions and really manifest not only in your thought process, but also, letting that unfold within your actions. Now, Jupiter, the great benefic planet associated with Sagittarius and also the traditional ruler of Pisces, is in your 8th house as well, along with its co-ruler and modern ruler Neptune. Again, in its higher octave, a very spiritual planet. Both of these are transiting currently in your 8th house of, again, transformation, which is, metaphorically death and a rebirth. It's can be really delving deeply within yourself to expand and allow that expansion to be navigated in a highly Neptunian fashion, which is spiritual consciousness, and to push through any self-restrictions that you have, because there's Saturn is also in your 8th house, and Saturn is the planet known as the father of time, and the traditional ruler of Aquarius, so also of Capricorn, and that is also stationed currently transiting in your 8th house. And so there perhaps have been some challenges, some hindrances with moving forward in the past couple of years. But when you elevate your consciousness, Cancer, and you allow yourself to be guided universally and spiritually through the benefic powers of Jupiter and Neptune in their higher octaves, which are truth and spirituality, these planets will help you to have a clarity and a higher understanding. And therefore, when that is integrated within your 3D realm, perhaps will help you to navigate more smoothly through any changes and or elevations that you wish to make in the practical realm. And for you, this is seemingly associated with a career endeavor. Perhaps there's a change for some of you. But you're certainly looking to welcome new beginnings, and you're being positively guided. A prayer and meditation will also help you to be stay grounded, and to keep your energy field clear, so that you can delve into your most deepest spiritual self and be able to truly listen as to how you're being navigated forward. So these are some very beautiful and very positive and uplifting energies, Cancer, that are manifesting for you at present. April is a very promising and positive month. And for those of us that have the freedom to enjoy the ability to create, and allow our creations to manifest in our 3D world, these are beautiful energies to be taking advantage of. Again, when used from their higher level of consciousness. And for most of us here, certainly on this continent, thankfully, we do have the freedom to be able to still choose and to allow these beautiful, miraculous, positive energies that are currently at play for the entire month of April, not only to set the good intentions, but to manifest them. There are so many others all over the world that are unable because they don't have that freedom. So, we should feel very fortunate for those of us that do and use them positively. So there's a tremendous healing going on for a lot of you Cancerians, and the ability to really tap into that and to move forward. Now I'm just going to clarify the balance of this forecast with just a few energy cards from the Animal Spirit Oracle deck, just to take a look really quickly at some of your recent, current, and forthcoming energies, Cancer, that you've been moving through for the last half of March and for the first half of April 2022. I'd like to take this opportunity again to thank all of you Cancerians tuning into my channel, and for certainly hitting that thumbs up like button, because it does allow the algorithm with YouTube to circulate my videos a lot more effortlessly, so that they can reach other people that perhaps are looking for some guidance from my channel and hopeful healing. And I certainly appreciate each and every one of you that do not only like my channel and hit that thumbs up button, as well as subscribe and share. It is deeply, deeply appreciated. Spirit Now Incorporated is growing slowly but surely, and really enjoying doing these forecasts for all of you zodiacs out there in the world. This being said, Cancer, let's take a look at your energies for the last half of March, first half of April 2022 for Cancer. Starting out, as I mentioned, with the Animal Spirit Oracle deck, and then I'll be clarifying with my Cat Tarot that was gifted to me by a lovely young lady who I've known for several years. She is the daughter of my best friend, A shout out to Kate if you're cross-watching Kate and listening to the Cancer forecast. Thank you so much for the Cat Tarot deck, which I'll be clarifying against these oracles, Cancer. All right. Cutting the deck for Cancer. Last half of March, first half of April 2022. First card out. We have the Wolf Spirit, Cancer. I do hope you can see this beautiful card. Speaking of, tapping into your wisdom and turning that knowledge that you do have into wisdom as well. Now, it did come up into the reverse for some of you Cancerians. There's been perhaps in the recent past, I imagine this would have happened back in February or possibly even March, that there's, it is suggested here by this energy in the reverse to, allow the knowledge that you have and use it wisely. And perhaps for some of you Cancerians, it was challenging for you to do that for whatever that reason may be, and wherever that may have been associated for you, energetically speaking. But I think a lot of you have already moved through that. So it's a card of, tapping into the knowledge that you have and being reminded to use your that knowledge wisely. Mindful is the key word here. Moving into your current energies, Cancer, we have the Panther Spirit. It is the numerical number of 44, which is a master number. It's a beautiful, beautiful card, beautiful Black Panther. It's just gorgeous. Now, again, it did come up in the reverse. Some of you Cancerians have been feeling a little bit powerless, perhaps again in the most recent past energies, however that's been playing out for you that are resonating within the last 4 to 6 weeks. Some healing has been needed, and perhaps it's been some slow going, and it's been difficult for you to reclaim your power in whichever area this may be associated, whether this is in your personal arena or your professional arena. But the energy in reverse is suggesting to again, just to be mindful of the knowledge that you have, use it wisely, and reclaim that power within yourself slowly but surely. Which is what these energies in the reverse are suggesting, is to navigate positively, and when you are feeling powerless, go within into that deep form of transformation that we were speaking of astrologically, and allow healing to come in internally so that you will feel stronger in your external, and as a result will be able to reclaim your power a lot easier, Cancer. That's what this energy is suggesting here in the reverse. That's in your current energies. In your forthcoming energies, we have the Seahorse Spirit, the numerical number 53. Speaking of watching and waiting, so for those of you that perhaps are looking to make a change in career, there have been perhaps some delays that may have been leaving you feel a little bit powerless as to how to move forward. But it is suggested that the delays will come to a close. Be reminded that delays are necessary. So when we are navigating from certainly a spiritual mindset and navigating through those energies, do what your part is to do, Cancer, and then leave the rest to the universe and watch and wait. And that's what this card is suggesting in your current energies, and we'll get some clarification on that with the Cat Tarot, which I am pulling from at this time. Just see what these details are that we can perhaps get for you, Cancer, with respect to, I think a lot of this has to do with, for those of you that are going through some, inner changes, personally and or professionally. I believe that this could be resonating for both, for some of you Cancerians out there. And let's see what the Cat Tarot indicates with some details for you, Cancer. All right. For Cancer, last half of March, first half of April 2022. Cancer, last half of March, first half of April 2022. get some details on the most recent energies of the wolf spirit, where you're being asked to remain mindful and turning that knowledge that you have into wisdom, and trying not to feel frustrated in the process, but allowing the universe to uplift you, because when you're attempting to do this on your own, it's a lot more challenging, as this energy would be indicated in the reverse. For Cancer, last half of March, first half of April 2022. All right, Cancer. Cutting the deck. First card out, Cancer, for your most recent past energies. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. And yeah, it's indicating that perhaps in your recent past energies, and again, that could be the last 4 weeks, that could be the last 2 years, it could be the last 4 years, Cancer. It could be the last 6 weeks. For some of you, the Two of Cups is indicative of, an emotional challenge for some of you. Perhaps there has been, some choices that you feel that you've needed to make on an emotional basis, and there have been some delays in doing so because, you were perhaps feeling a little bit uncertain, not sure if it was the wisest thing to do. But again, the Two of Cups is reminding you, if it were in the upright, to allow the universe to help you navigate through any emotional decisions that you're needing to make for yourself. That would be uplifting for your healing. And it's just to say that some of you Cancerians perhaps have not been tapped into that, and or there were delays. I think a lot of you Cancerians have already come through these energies, but that's what this Two of Cups in the reverse would be indicative of. Perhaps not feeling that spiritual emotional give and take, or perhaps not feeling that emotional give and take from another, for whatever that reason may be. However that's resonating for each of you will be different, as this is a general forecast, but the generic message is the same in as far as its energy and its symbolism is concerned, is that perhaps there was just a feeling of not being or having rather reciprocity in as far as your emotional realm is concerned, whether that's connected with your spiritual realm and or another physical energy, or it could be both for some of you. Let's clarify that Two of Cups in the reverse. We have the Moon in the upright. Yeah, and this would suggest that there were some unknowns for you, Cancer. The Moon would be indicative of feeling that there is light to be shone on a situation, but the Moon is also, with that full moon that we just had in Virgo at the last half of March and coming into this new moon now, it's almost like it's eclipsed, and so you're in the throes of discerning of whether you're wanting to continue with something emotionally speaking, and or not. However that's resonating for those of you Cancerians, that could have to do with a relationship of some sort, for those that are perhaps being challenged in a relationship of some sort, whether that's familial or romantic or even platonic, and it could even be for business for some of you. But however this is resonating is just to say that take the knowledge and the wisdom that you have, that you have been feeling was frustrated in your most recent past energies, where there wasn't a lot of reciprocity and understanding, and don't allow the illusions, the unnecessary fears, perhaps for some of you, whether this is personally or professionally related, hinder you from tapping into your higher spiritual realm, to allow for some clarity to come in. And when you do that, the spirit will envelop you within, as these dogs are looking up to the spirit of the cat here. It is a symbolic message of to look up to spirit, look within for spirit to move you forward, and don't get stung by the the crab here. The moon is indicative of you. You're showing up in your own forecast here, Cancer, because you are ruled by the moon. And as a result, with the many transits that the moon has on a very regular basis, you're prone to having fluctuating emotions, and that's what these energies are indicating. So it's just a reminder to sit with your energies, meditate in prayer, to connect with your higher self, to balance those emotions of however this is resonating for you, whether there's a healing that needs to take place in an arena for you where, you have felt powerless, as would be indicative of this energy in the reverse. Allow the higher counsel, the higher spiritual counselor to guide you forward. Connect with your spiritual counselor, and then you will be able to reclaim your power as you are working on, and perhaps a lot of you have already done so in your most current energies. So clarifying the Panther Spirit, Cancer. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse. And the Four of Cups in the reverse would be indicative of a lot of you are letting go of some unrest, some emotional unrest. If it would be in the upright out, it would suggest that in your current energies, you're still hanging on to some upset, whatever that means for you emotionally, in your personal arena or your professional arena. A lot of you are in the throes of wanting to release that so that you can reclaim your power, but it certainly has, in the most recent past, left you feeling, powerless. And you're in the throes of wanting to release that. You're in the throes of wanting to release what's been heavy on your heart, as would be indicative of the Four of Cups. Clarifying the Four of Cups, we have the Six of Cups in the reverse. And if it were in the upright, it would suggest that perhaps there would be a reconciliation from someone of the past. The Six of Cups is indicative of a past energy, but it is in the reverse, and so therefore it would suggest to me that if this is associated with you Cancerians that are resonating in a personal arena, you're not looking to rekindle the past with something or someone that has left you feeling very drained and powerless in your emotional arena for quite some time. The energy is in the reverse, and so you're not wanting to bring back the past. You're wanting to release the past, continuing to release the past so that you can get that clarity. And so that would tell me that a lot of you are connecting with your higher, spiritual consciousness in order to achieve that. Because moving forward, we have the Seahorse Spirit where you're watching and waiting, ruled by the number 53, which reduces to an 8. This has to do with, universally speaking, it's the symbolic energy of the infinite. And in the practicum, it has to do with finances. So you're wanting to, not only grow your finances in the practical reality by no longer associating with something from the past that hasn't served you, whether that's personally or professionally in an arena for you Cancerians that are resonating, but you're wanting to move forward. And as a result, you're doing what you can to do so, as the Seahorse does, and you're letting the universe guide you accordingly. For those of you that are tapping into that higher realm of guidance. And clarifying the Seahorse Spirit, we have the Two of Swords. Yeah, and the Two of Swords is indicating that this energy is in the upright, and it's indicating that some of you Cancerians are being very cautious as you move forward, because you have come through some, challenging, energies, emotionally speaking, wherever those emotions have been associated for you. For some of you, it would have been in both arenas, personally and professionally. For a lot of you, this has been, a personal, navigation that you've been moving through for a period of time, and you're being very cautious, with your heart. The Two of Swords is being guarded, and you're wanting to be tender, but you're also, wanting to be wise. And that's the energy that I'm picking up from that Two of Swords. clarifying the Two of Swords, we have the Four of Pentacles. And this is a beautiful energy. You're in the throes of rebuilding your resources. For some of you Cancerians, you are in the throes of moving forward into a new position for yourself, professionally speaking. And you're not only rebuilding, but you're wanting to share the positivity of that. Pentacles are that which has to do with resources. And for some of you Cancerians, perhaps, resources have been tight. And for others of you, you are in the throes of painting a new picture for your financial portfolio. And this is very beautiful to see as this energy is in the upright. I'm going to take one more card to clarify that Four of Pentacles. Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords. Beautiful energy in the upright, taking action. It has to do with your mental stamina. You're feeling strong. You're speaking your truth. And you're wanting a new beginning. And you're having that new beginning by releasing anything that has hindered you in the past, that stripped you of your power. Perhaps for some of you, even in a professional arena where you were, being exhausted, you're not looking to reconcile with that. You're wanting to move past those energies and claim these new energies in a new area, in a new arena, with a new position for yourself, for those of you that are still in the workforce and or even a new career. And this is very beautifully supported. Universally speaking, you have all this beautiful support here with this green foundation. You have clear mental energy, as the swords are indicative of air energy, which has to do with the mind. And this is really beautiful to see. And with the communications that we had, with that full moon in Virgo that just fell in your communications sector, that third house, the last half of March, you're taking those energies and moving forward with them by releasing anything or anyone from the past that has hindered you, that hasn't served you. And you're wanting to take a leap and move forward, as is indicated by that energy. Very, very positive outcome to the balance of this forecast. I'm just going to take one card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck, Cancer, to get a final message for this overall forecast for the last half of March, first half of April 2022. From the Enchanted Map Oracle for Cancer. I was just guided to pick up this energy card again. Perhaps for some of you Cancerians, there's also a message coming in for a new position for you, coming through from a Knight of Swords. Could be another energy connecting with you. So this is very positive to see as well. And it has to do with, the swords have to do with communications and mental energies. So whatever this is that you're delving into, for those of you Cancerians that are resonating with this forecast, it's required a lot of mental energy, but there appears to be success here forthcoming. And I'm feeling this very strongly as a new position for some of you Cancerians, and very positive, and you're welcoming. Absolutely, because you're not associating with the past energies that have hindered you and just left you really, really depleted. So clarifying this forecast for Cancer for the last half of March, first half of April 2022. One card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. What do we have for Cancer? Cutting the deck. First card out. All right, Cancer, we have flying. Oops. We have flying, and this is the master number of 20, and here you are, Cancer, flying high. This energy did come up in the upright. You have a beautiful spiritual support here, and as well as a practical support system below you with all this beautiful green foundation. You're flying high through the sky. You're allowing the spiritual butterflies to guide you forward. There have been some stormy clouds here in the in the background, but you're leaving them behind. You're rising above them, Cancer. You're allowing your master ascendants and the spiritual council to help you navigate into positive and healthier arenas for you, Cancers. And this is beautiful to see. This is an absolutely magical, 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 breathtaking energy to see, Cancer. And here you have the spirit as well, guiding you, as is indicated by resting on this Pegasus horse. And you're flying high and you're flying above the stormy clouds and you're moving forward. And this is absolutely phenomenal. Feeling strong, feeling whole, feeling healthy, and feeling supported by your spiritual guidance and your spiritual counsel. Beautiful, beautiful energies, Cancer. I'm absolutely thrilled to see this final outcome for you. Your current energies are very positive. They're all in the upright, and you're building a whole new beginning for yourself here with these energies as you remain very cautious in doing so, being mindful, rebuilding your resources, welcoming new beginnings, new positions, new jobs, for some a new career endeavor, leaving the past behind as is indicated by these energies, and as a result, you're flying high and feeling very, very healthy in doing so. Stay mindful, stay focused, and continue to release that which hasn't served. Continue to release any energies that have hindered you, Cancer. And you will move forward just beautifully. April is a beautiful, beautiful month to manifest miracles, Cancer. Use the energies wisely and reclaim that power that is yours. And move forward with spiritual counsel. Congratulations. I'm absolutely thrilled to share this message with you. I will be back soon for the last half of April forecast. Until then, Cancers, take extra special care. Thank you again for liking Spirit Now Incorporated. Certainly appreciates each and every one of you that do so, and it does help circulate my channel out there and my videos to help others. I'll be back again soon, Cancer. Until then, take extra special care. Good night for now.